Namaste YouTube, welcome to Thought Provoking Tuesday on Enoma. We are going to give our reaction to Another Day in Paradise by Phil Collins.
It's a song I've heard many times. I know what it's about.
Okay.
So I'll try and give a different view or a more insightful view because no one has heard my view anyway. So I'll try to give more value. But for you, I guess, yeah, it's the first time. So let's hear your reaction more this time. So pay close attention. kind of reminded me a bit about Englishman in New York, the tune when it started, and also reminded me of a big song called Heal the World, where more than 50 famous musicians, singers from around the world, mainly from North America, got together to sing for Africa. It was called, in fact, USA for Africa, so it's probably all American musicians and singers. Wow, what a song this one is. Another Day in Paradise. I've heard it many times before, so I'll give you your first say. What do you think about it?
I like the first verse itself, that this woman is there, homeless, in the cold, late in the night probably, and she is looking for a place somewhere where she can, spend the night because it's very chilly, very cold.
Yeah.
And she asks this man to help her out a little, tell her, or if you could help in finding a place for her, and he just walks away.
Yeah, and the worst part is that he just whistles and as he crosses the street, and he's embarrassed to
He's
be
trying
there.
to show that I didn't really hear you. I don't know what you're talking about, and I'm just trying to slip out of you.
I remember this video reasonably well. It's been a long time since I've seen the video, the official music video. But it's definitely, in the video it shows about homeless people, primarily in the UK. But it goes way beyond that, of course. It's about helping anyone in need. If you have excess of something, try and share it with the others who need it the most. Don't just share it with anyone, but share it with others who need it the most. And it brings me to a very important point that I'd like to highlight here, because many people do major charity work. Whether it's the CEOs of Facebook, Google, Microsoft, we talk about personalities, from all over the world, including countries, developing countries like India as well. There are plenty of people who do a lot of philanthropic work as well as a lot of charity work, give away a lot of their money to charitable organizations and for people in need. But the thing is, that isn't solving the problem, because if you look closely at where that money goes, it is going to set up hospitals, it is going to set up, educational institutions, it is going for various things like cancer research and disease research, other terminal illnesses research. It goes for sponsoring sportsmen in impoverished areas, villages. So if you actually dig deeper, for example, I know this for a fact and I read it in a newspaper, I did research on it. The CEO of Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg, once gave a lot of charity to his own city. And that charity was a huge amount, millions of, if not $1 billion or more, to his own city in California, which is already very rich.
But that's what I was thinking. Did it need it?
Yeah, so that's what I'm talking about. So if the charity is done to the people who need it like this, the person who's actually in need of food, actually in need of shelter, actually in need of immediate medical assistance because of the sores on the feet and other parts of the body probably, and other wounds. It's the need of the hour to help the people who need the most need from you. So, and from you and me. We react because we know that people around the world have leisure time, sometimes need to watch how other people think about the music that they've been listening to or have listened to recently. They want to see another person's reaction of it. A reaction is our expression of what we have heard just now or seen on the screen, if it's an official video or a movie trailer or something like that we're reacting to. So people expect us to serve that need, and that is what we do. Whether we do it well, whether we don't do it well, we definitely try to do the best we can do, every single reaction. But that is a secondary issue. The fact is, first we must address that need. This is what we can do. We are counselors who are trained to observe and listen to things, see, make connections where most other people can't. We are trained to analyze things in ways that most other people who are not counselors and psychologists all their lives, professional lives, can't. We are trained to do those things. So we hope that through our soft skills training experience, training thousands of people like I have, learning so much, reading more than 4,000 books, watching more than 1,500 movies, listening to more than 7,000 songs, We hope that whatever knowledge I have, you have, your background, your culture, my background, my culture, from different parts of the country, we hope that we can put on a good show for that person who's here just to see what we have to say about his favorite song, which in this case is Phil Collins' Another Day in Paradise. But we can do a lot more than that. It doesn't end here. That is what Phil Collins is trying to say. You may be doing a job, you may be paying the bills, you may be serving good food to your family. That doesn't mean your job's over. You can do something more, and if you do that little bit more every single week or every single month of your life, and it should be something tangible, it should be something real, it should be something that actually benefits the right people. If you can do that little bit more, that is when God will shower His blessings upon you, and He will ensure that you get another day in paradise. Paradise in this case is heaven. Beautiful heaven. And you get another day there. And how relevant is that? I would say you don't have to even wait till you die to go up to heaven just because of the good deeds. If you do something good, trust me,
Feel heavenly here.
you feel heavenly right now. It makes you feel really satisfied, contented, joyful, peaceful, and good. You feel good inside. And at the end of the day, that is what life is all about. If you really want to experience true joy, give. Whether it's giving your time, you don't have money, there's no excuses. Give your time. If you don't have money, if you don't have the time, give money if you have money. If you don't have money or time, give your love. If you don't have money, time, or love,
We are still in paradise.
share
right?
your skills, share your talents with the ones who need it the most. For example, whatever I do, once in a year, whenever I had my classroom courses, I would, not just once a year, actually a bit more than that, but once a year at least, I would offer a free course to many students who I realized they needed it. I would also offer free guest lectures at various institutions, religious institutions, places where I know that they needed it and they didn't have the money, but I didn't want to take the money from them. What are your thoughts on this one?
As you were saying that so much charity is done by big people, very, very wealthy people, but then it doesn't change the situation or the status on the ground. Why? Because there is a lot of confusion where to start from. When you want to help the poor, help the needy, help the homeless, you don't know where all to start from. And one person can't cater to all the needs of another person because he has to run his own family, his own life, his own house as well. So that is where the confusion starts. Because there is education, there is good health, there is clothing, there is
Food,
there is food,
water.
and there is water. So all these things one person cannot give them for sure. And the institutions that are open, the NGOs and institutions, charity homes and XYZ, they fail people because they become greedy. The funds that come to go to the poor and the needy, they keep for themselves and they prosper their
even
families.
if they are not greedy, not all are greedy. Some are
Many,
really
many,
doing
many,
a great
many,
job.
many
But we
are.
can't target them. What are we
I
trying to
am
say?
not targeting.
Yeah,
but
so
I'm
we-
saying an individual wants to help another individual who's in a very dire state. He's sitting on the road and he doesn't know what to do. But at the same time, it's not practical for a person to take that person home,
Yeah.
right?
That's what
it's
I'm
not
saying.
safety.
It's not greed.
You're
Sometimes
not-
you just can't fulfill it.
You won't be safe if that person was not what he was trying to show. So you don't think of that option or that solution. But what happens, that is when I'm saying that the institutions and the houses that are run mainly for these things, they have to run it, and then individuals like you and me and everybody else, XYZ, those who feel like helping these people will directly fund the institute, and then these people can be taken care of as a whole.
Again, I think
Most of the things can
yeah,
be
that
taken
is
care of.
your view,
It's
though. That is
kind
your
of
view.
a solution that I have always thought.
No, we
That I
can't-
alone can't change a person's life.
No,
but
no, we can't keep
contributing,
going.
I
I
can
just like
change.
to say something. We can't go through middlemen. We can't go through middlemen. That is the problem. The problem is that you're saying we need to go through institutions. We don't.
But
I
fair
just said
institutions.
we can do a little bit. I'm a counselor, I'm a trainer, I'm a life coach. I can help people with my time
Right.
for free. I can counsel people in need. They don't have the money, and I'm free that session, that hour. Might as well take it up. What's stopping me? So that's what I genuinely do. We offer mock counseling sessions on our course. Many times the clients are real. Even the students don't know that because I have somebody who I know that cannot keep paying me money. Let's give it for free. That's what we do. So the person gets practice, the student, but at the same time we are monitoring the session, we are going through the script, we are making sure it's done very well, and most of the times we do it ourselves. So that is the thing we can do. We are counselors, we can do that. If we are teachers, the same way as I said earlier on, I did plenty of free guest lectures. That's what I could do. I don't need middlemen. We don't need middlemen. We can directly do a little bit, and that's what Phil Collins is trying to say. You can be that man on the street, and maybe, like you said, we can't take the person home. And in fact, I've never done that. I'll be honest enough. I've never ever done anything for the homeless people. So I know that they exist. I have seen them sometime or the other in my life when I'm out on the streets of Mumbai, but I've never done anything. Even I've done what this guy did. So I'm very honest to say that. But I know that that is a problem and we need to address it, not just as a nation or an organization or this and that. We need to address it ourselves. We need to do a little bit. And what I do is I go and give them some money, or sometimes I just give them a lot of food. So that is what I do. And that also doesn't happen as per the plan. If it was planned, then it was also better. I just did it because I felt for that person at that time. So that doesn't happen every time with me. Sometimes I'm so busy with my own work, my own problems, that I can't really think about anyone else apart from my problems. But at the other side, when things are good, when things are going well, I'm earning good money, I have a lot of free time, definitely I do spend a lot of that making reactions which definitely serve a small ratio. Out of 100 people that watch this reaction, 3 of them I know for a fact are lonely people. And that is who I am catering to. Maybe not you, maybe not other reactors out there, but my main purpose as a reactor is to address that problem of loneliness, because I faced it myself for a couple of years. My mother faced it, my father faced it, and I hated it because I wasn't around in those years for them. So I really know what it means to be, especially a senior person, an older person, middle-aged person, and being lonely. And this is my reaction for them. So this is what I can do. Maybe they are not homeless. Not everyone needs to be homeless to help them. Not everyone needs to be dying of hunger to
There are
help them.
different needs. Yeah.
And definitely, if you have the money and time, as I said, and love, and you have the skills and talents which will help a lot of needy people, do it. But make sure they get it. Make sure that that need is satisfied. Even if it's of one person, as I said, 3 people out of 100 watching this, if it helps them, if they love what I did, what she did, our job is done for today. We get another day in paradise. So that's about it, I guess. That's what I want to say. That's my point of view. And your point of view is, of course, respected, but I disagree with the part that we need to go through middlemen. We don't need middlemen.
Why I say I can take a minute or so to explain
Yeah, please.
is because everyone has different needs when they are poor. Some people, some are grown-ups, they don't need education at the moment, they need some job that they can do. Some people need education very badly. Some people need daily food, a meal a day, they don't even have. So they need to be, that needs to be catered. Someone needs clothing, they don't have that. That needs to be catered. Someone just needs a bed because they don't have a bed. And I've seen, it's very disheartening. I don't want to actually talk about it because that makes me feel bad.
We have seen it in episodes of Undercover Boss, in Secret Millionaire, actually more than Undercover Boss. We have seen it in Secret Millionaire, where millionaires have gone, and now that show is running in more and more countries. So I'm really happy because that is a show that actually inspired me also to give time. If I don't have money, so what? I can give time. And that's what I have been doing. So that really was an amazing show. It's still on certain networks all around the world. Secret Millionaire. That is an inspiring show. where actually millionaires go to impoverished areas where people are in dire need of either a job, food, clothing, shelter, or education, all of the above. And these people actually open up their hearts and pockets and make sure that they help at least a few people every single week.
So the whole point was, I as an individual may not have all those talents. Like you said, we have teaching and counseling, we can offer that. But there are times a person needs something else altogether. At that moment, they want to just survive a day. They needed health care. So that can't be done by us. We can't do that. But if we do have a channel, if we do have an organization where we can all go and contribute to whatever is needed, that's when it can be helped. Because different people have different needs, and all the needs cannot be fulfilled by different, individuals. So when we have a system, when we put a system in place, all their needs can be catered to, and they know where to go. They know where to go. They don't have to come to us. They go to that central point.
Those systems are there. Those systems are there, Kirti. I have done 2 years of UN exams. You may not know about that. I never needed to talk about it. 2 years of UN exams in 9th and 10th grade of Sacred Heart Boys High School. I topped in the 10th grade. I got more than 90% on the exam. You know what's the UN exam? It is an international exam done all over the world. I even have a certificate to prove it. It's an international exam all over the world, where people can learn about all these UN organizations. Not many of us know about it. So it was one of the few schools where we had this open, that we could pay some money and sit for the UN exams. And whatever money we paid for the entrance exam went directly to the poor, or one of the organizations related to the UN. So we actually learned that there are 1,000 organizations. There's UNICEF, there's this, that, there's UNESCO, there's that, there's this, there's no, this. There are 1,000 different abbreviated words in the UN, and organizations and offices, and they have branches all over the world, mainly in Africa and Asia and impoverished nations in South America. They are all over the world, with headquarters in Switzerland and Amsterdam and Berlin and European countries and New York. It's all over the world. There are already enough organizations like the Red Cross. There are enough. There's enough. The problem is, people think that we can't do our own bit. We can. Even if we serve through organizations, do that. But never stop helping that person.
That individual
Now, as I said, let's say this was you, this was me. That person had sores on a feet. We are counselors. We know a little bit about medicine, because we do get cases which are related to medicine. Not that we can ever treat that or do much about it, but we do have a pivotal role to play in counseling those clients who have been through medical treatment or cosmetic surgery or an accident and then an operation after that. So we can treat them. We have definitely counseled cases like that. So we can definitely help them that way again. We can sit with them, spend a little time. We have to remember, most homeless people die alone. It is such a major problem in countries like Japan, India, African nations, America, UK, that there's even a term for it in psychology in Japan. It's called Kodo Kushi. Kodo Kushi, where every hour, this is an estimate, it is actually a lot more. Every hour in Japanese cities alone, 3 men, forget about 3 people, 3 men die alone. So homeless people, first of all, are mainly alone. Nobody likes them, that is why they are, or nobody wants to take care of them. It's not about liking also, it's nobody wants to take care of them. They dislike them, they don't want to have anything to do with them. Like the guy, he whistled and turned the other way. He was embarrassed to even be there, next to her. So that is where we come in as counselors too, or as people. You don't need to have a counseling degree or diploma or certificate like both of us. You can just give them your time for a minute or two. Just spend the time, and that's what you can do. That is more valuable than money at some times. That we know. We know how important that call is, how important that web counseling session is, web therapy is for someone in their final hour. So that's about it from Enoma. I think we've said enough.
Thanks for watching.
Love this song. What a song, Phil Collins. Wow. Another Day in Paradise.